Hello friends, how's it going today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming, and I'm here with my scrappy video. Usually I do it on Saturday, but had something going on yesterday, which was Saturday, so today is Sunday. So I thought I'd go ahead and, you know, I've kind of gotten used to doing this now, and it's actually fun getting to actually plan and, you know, make myself use some of my scraps every weekend. So today I'm kind of excited because I have produced some scraps this week, and I pulled out some scraps. So these are, let's see, these are scraps I just pulled out of my scrap box. Okay, and it's going to be a simple but fun little scrap session here. So those I pulled out of my scrap box, they're really pretty. And then these I made this week, these scraps. You know, I'm working on my cookbook journals, and I use some of these papers. So these are cut-offs from the papers that I used this week. So why not, you know, use some of these too, if I can. So anyway, I've got plenty of scraps, as you can see, and they're pretty scraps. So I've got my envelope punch board out here. This is the big one. And let's see, what else do I have? Just a few tools. I've got a ruler here. I've got baker's twine. I've got I've got a hole punch. I got a pencil. I got a little paper cutter here and some scissors. So it's going to be simple. So what I'm making out of these scraps, since I'm working on cookbook journals, I thought it would be fun to go ahead and use some of my scraps to make mason jars. So I just made this one because I haven't made one in a while. In fact, I've never made them for my journals, I don't think. I've learned how to make them a long time ago, but just have never really made any. So I was like, you know, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to make something I have never made before, really, and use some of my pretty scraps. So this one has canisters on it. Isn't it cute? It's a pretty good size, this one. I want to make different sizes, so I was going to show you and try to show you an easy way just to make mason jars like this in you know, a simple way. You know, it's not complicated at all. But so let's start with the easiest one, like I just did. Is see, I have another scrap from that one. So all I did to make this one, which is about 6 inches, it was a 12 by 12 paper pad cut off, and so I just cut it in half to 6 inches. So you can use any size scrap you want. It's so easy. So all I did was to get the top shape here. This is all you have to do to get the top shape, is line it up with this, line your top of your paper, whatever size it is, it doesn't matter, up with this little point right here, and just kind of push it over there. See how it's lined up right here? And just punch, and then turn it over, and punch again, or line it up, and then punch again. Okay, so what it did was make these two little indentations here. Then all you do is cut off this extra piece, and then you have your jar lid. So, you know, just cut straight up even with your indentation there. So just straight up and straight up on the other side. There we go. We have our jar lid, and then all you do is, you can use your counter, if you have a hole punch or a envelope punch board, you can use your envelope punch board corner rounder, or if you have a corner rounder, use your corner rounder, whatever you want to use. I do not have a way, I mean, you could probably just cut this with your scissors, or have a template and then cut that. It's just a little curve, really. So you could probably cut it with your scissors. I just happen to have an envelope punch board. So then all I did was take my baker's twine and get a good size. See, you can put a little strip across here to make it look like a lid, but I didn't want to cover up my pretty paper. You know, this is so pretty, I didn't want to cover it up like on here. I didn't want to cover up my canisters. So, but if you don't mind covering up whatever's at the top, you can put a separate different colored, you know, coordinating piece of paper up there to make it look more like a jar lid. All I did to do that was do the baker's twine so there'd be a little separation there to make it look like a jar lid. That's why I put the baker's twine on there. So I got a good size piece of baker's twine here, and I picked a color that would match my scrapbook paper here, which is pink and white, and I just wrapped it around. Let me see if I can get this to come out right. And then you can further embellish them. You know, you can put some words or stickers or bling or whatever you want on your you know, mason jar. You can distress it. You can add paper to the back. Like this has double-sided back, you know, scrapbook paper. So, and I love this yellow gingham, so I'm not covering that up. But here we go. I'm just going to tie a little knot here in this string. I was just trying to make sure it was long enough to tie a knot, and it is. That's why I cut a nice long piece there. So I just tie a little knot. You can put a little glue on here if you want to. I'm not going to. I don't feel like it's going to slip off or anything, but if you want to put a little dab of glue behind the baker's twine here or something, you could do that. And you could even make this into a tag if you wanted to punch a little hole here and then put baker's twine on it to make it into like more of a tag. But I just want it to be like this for right now. So these are big ones, as you can see. This one looks like, maybe I didn't cut the paper even. This one's bigger. But then I'd like to try some smaller ones. So let's see, here's a piece right here. Let's cut this into like, this is a 12-inch piece of paper. So let's cut it into 3-inch. Let's see if I can make some 3-inch, and it's a scrap. So we'll cut some 3 inches, and this is not going to be a long video because I'm going to keep making mason jars after the video, but I wanted to come on and just show you what I was doing with my scraps this week. There's a 3-inch mark, there's a 3-inch mark, there's a 3-inch mark. So I should, if this comes out right, we'll see, I've never done this before. I should practice before I turn on the camera, right? But if it comes out right, we'll have 3 little cute mason jars, and I think that would be awesome if they come out right, so we'll see. So I made my 3-inch mark, so I'm just going to cut these. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't come out right. So, and this is just a simple way of doing it. So, and then if you like, you can write on the back of this one. This one's lighter, or you know, if you wanted to put like paper on the back, if you had a plain back and you didn't want it to be plain, you could write on the back of it. Okay, let's see how these little guys come out. So I'm going to do the same thing. Line it up with my little point. Punch, turn it over, punch. Need to get myself situated on my stool here. I just changed stool because my other one is breaking, and I changed, and so now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to sit on this one when I'm doing things. I need to get myself a new stool, but I just pulled one in from my kitchen because the other one is just falling apart. Okay, so there we go. Get rid of my trash. Let's round our corners and see how it looks. I think it looks really cute. And so this will be a little journaling card for my journals. And so I just want to do these real quick. They're so cute. And they're so quick to make, right? You can really use a bunch of scraps in no time at all. And this could be a TV craft if you're watching, if you're watching TV with someone and they don't mind you punching on your punch board. This could be a cute little, or a fun little TV craft. Take your punch board. I have a little, for my TV crafts, I have a TV table, actually, if you know what a TV table is. I got it at Goodwill a long time ago, And when I bought it, I didn't have any kind of thing in mind for it. Like, I didn't know why I was buying it. I was just buying it because it was so cool. You know, like TV tables were popular, like in the 70s and the 50s, I think. This one was probably from, I would guess it's from the 70s. It's metal. It's all metal. But anyway, I had it for a while. And then I started to, you know, do journals and crafting, and I needed something to craft in front of the TV, and that little TV table, just set it up with whatever craft I'm working on that night. And I have a little table to sit in front of my couch and do my crafting, so it works out very well. So I want to see what these look like with some baker's twine. And I don't know, can you see it? I'll show you my baker's twine in just a second. Let me finish punching this and rounding these corners, and I'll show you. I've shown it before, but I'll show you what I keep my baker's twine in, because I love baker's twine, and I like to not run out. Like, I ran out of it is what happened. I ran out of it, and then my Dollar Tree, all my Dollar Trees, I have like so many Dollar Trees around, you know how it is, and all my Dollar Trees, none of them had any baker's twine. I was like, what's going on? So anyway, when I finally was able to get it again, I got a bunch. So I'll show you what I did. So I won't run out of baker's twine for a while. But I actually had, when I first started doing junk journals, I ordered some from Amazon. So I have like a cone of baker's twine, which is so pretty. I keep it over on my desk, kind of more of a decoration, because it's so pretty. Okay, so here they are without any decoration. Aren't they cute? See, I really like this size, the little ones. But you can make them, I mean, you just do the same thing and make any size you want, right? No certain width, no certain height. You're just punching that top, and then you get your shape. So here's my baker's twine. This is an old pickle jar, Mount Olive. And this is my baker's twine. This is where I keep it here in my craft room, up on a shelf over to my right here. So I have some yellow. Let me see. I don't think I've started using any of the yellow yet, but I think some yellow's baker's twine would look really cute on here. So let's just do one of these. Nice long piece. See how it looks. This one's a little smaller, right, than the other one? Yes. So maybe not quite as long. Let's see how this wraps around. So I'm just taking it and kind of pulling it together at the top to get it even. And then put my little jar lid in there. And then wrap it around. And I guess you could make these out of paper too, or just, you know, these happen to be cardstock type scrapbook papers. So, you know, it makes a nice sturdy little mason jar if you have any cardstock. And you can make them out of plain cardstock too, and then decorate them. Let's tie this one in a bow. The other ones we tied in a knot, but I have enough to tie a little bow here. Isn't that cute? Let's get our bow situated so we can see it. Let's see. There we go. So cute. Isn't that adorable? So I'm going to make a bunch out of all of these scraps, because I'm working on, what, 3 cookbook journals, so why not? And if I have extras, then I'll have some for my stash, right? Because it's not going to be the last cookbook journals I make. So I'm going to use up all of those this weekend, or the rest of tonight. I'm going to take these and make me a bunch of mason jars, but I'm not going to keep you all because I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over. But here's just an example of what we did. We made these 2 on camera, and you can see any size you want. There are 3 different sizes. Just grab your scraps and make some mason jars. So thank you for watching tonight, and I'll be back next weekend with another scrappy idea to use your scraps. So have some fun this week using your scraps and getting caught up with those, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, and happy crafting.